Kia ora, assalamualaikum, hello, kamusta? This is part 2 from the previous video, and this one is a bit more cheekier than the first one. My tone was a bit more serious for the previous one, but I'm gonna be a cheeky bitch this one. So, Ihumātao, as I said from the previous video, is very important, and it is an issue that connects to the wider um, systemic oppression that is going on across the world globally. Interestingly, um, one of the things I mentioned is that they were planning, the corporation Fletcher's was planning to put 480 houses in that area. And we all know what happens when large scale commercial development happens. It fucks up the environment, it um, destroys the heritage. Therefore, we should be resisting it, not only on an environmental level, which is very important, but also to consider the connection of the environment with the Tangata Whenua. But one of the things that they're saying is that they will give Mari Tangata Whenua, whose whakapapa is connected with Ihumātao, 40 homes out of 480 houses. So, like, what kind of compromise is that? And equally, just as yucky as the corporations were the police. The police, which is served to protect, follow the law. The police are actually serving the interests of corporation, colonialism, and all of that nasty shit. And the police may, you know, oh, we're just trying to keep the peace, you know. The police is upholding status quo. So I don't want to hear it with the good police, because most police do not serve a good institution. So that's basically what I have to say about pork squat. moving moving on is how I said, Panya Newton was the poster girl for Ihumātao. Is It's not only because she's very active in raising awareness and putting her foot against corporation. It's this whole idea that there needs to be certain faces attached to a movement, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but the movement is part of a bigger puzzle pieces, and Pania herself is one of the important puzzle pieces in order to finish the masterpiece. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that me like media, I don't really trust media, because much of media serves the interest of the state, but also it is what you call this, sensationalized. And also media people, if they lack integrity, and I'm not saying all media people, but many, most, do it for social credit, which brings me to the last things I have to say. Like, not all people that showed up for Ihumātao were doing it from the bottom of their hearts or from a sincere purpose. They are doing it for social credit. And a certain NC based Muslim YouTuber influencer couple basically did it for clout. And Rafika, you're so harsh on these people doing Ihumātao. Like, um, if you saw what I saw, then you'll understand that they aren't true allies to Tangata Whenua. They're doing a Hollywood whitewashed production with the whole Hollywood music special effects, which turns out to villainize and vilify a peaceful movement, even though that may not be their intention. It turned out that way. And the imagery with the news, like violent actions which aren't violent at all, just take out of context with that horror movie music and shit, and um, painting Ihumātao as intense, but removing the context, focusing on the cinematic. That's not cool. And it's not right either.